right. I was able to get a ticket on the Copcast Express, and I'm back in Utah to talk with our two girls from Utah about last week's show. You remember that was episode 126. And ladies, I'm pleased to tell you that you're developing quite the following among our legion of listeners. I mean, you've only been here like 2 weeks, and you already got like a fan club. George Dixon wrote in, and he was just, I think he's in love. And not to mention Michael Dickey, he wrote in too, and so we've got cars and trains covered now. We're probably the only reason the train didn't wreck was because it was on rails, and George almost wrecked his car. So you're doing great. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, before you get
just little less.
Yeah, well, don't pat yourself on the back yet. Because I wanted to ask you a question, because some people, people like to say things sometimes without thinking. But then again, do you know what a badge money is?
It's a myth. It's a unicorn.
There have been some people, and I won't say who, but some people have said that you two might be badge bunnies. Is there any truth to that?
I don't need no stinking badges.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Okay, I think that'll put that one to rest.
We have everybody.
So you're not locked on the cops then, right?
No. Anybody that takes the time out of their lives, out of their lives, puts their lives in danger to serve and help others, we love.
Oh yeah,
well, that is
we have the utmost respect.
Crossing guards, the bomb.
Not all you cops look so great in your uniforms.
That's for sure. Hey, well, we're curious about what you thought about last week's show. We had a bunch of good stories, but there were 3 in particular that I was kind of interested in your comments on. The first one I did, and that was out of Israel, and it was about a 6-year-old girl who was able to kind of stop a armed robbery. The assailant was armed with a knife, and she kicked butt and chased him on off. What do you think about that?
She likes anime.
Yeah.
Now, you remember she picked up a broom and beat the guy.
Yeah. I think we'll send her a little what do you want to call it? Emergency pack. We'll give her some handcuffs and some duct tape. She's on her way. She's got the mob.
So what would be in the emergency pack that you're going to send to her?
We're going to send her duct tape, handcuffs, rope, taser. Oh yeah, we'll give her a taser for Christmas.
So where are you going to collect those all? You going to get that all out of your bedroom or what?
I got those out in the shed.
Mine's in the Mustang, portable.
We had a lot of overseas, foreign stories this week, and another one came out of Germany. And this one was really kind of interesting because it was kind of a shitty story. This is the one where the mother tried to smuggle drugs into the prison, remember, in her baby's diaper. And I think you made some comments about that.
Yeah. Well, it's really, unfortunate and disgusting how she used her child, but the biggest thought I have is, what the hell do they want ecstasy in prison for? I mean, they're going to take a drug that makes them all soft and fuzzy and wanting to be all lovey-dovey, and all they've got is Bubba on the right of them and Bubba Joe's cousin on the left of them. Tell me this. Why would you want that?
Well,
oh my God.
If rape is inevitable, you might as well lay back and enjoy it, right? So, I don't know.
It's some really kind, Bubba that's going to visit your here. Take this first. It would be so bad.
Yeah, somehow I'm thinking that's probably not a good idea. Huh?
I think his whole concept is just beyond.
Well, they didn't find those until later on. They found a lot of drugs later on in her house trailer.
Well, yeah, all 14 of the cops with their dogs, huh?
I
remember that.
In what trailer?
Yeah.
There must have been a Jaeger in there.
Sounds like one of your parties.
Yes. Get out! There's only one bathroom.
That's the first thing I thought of was it would be one of your parties that have 14 cops and 2 dogs,
No,
Not that you're badge bunnies or anything. No.
We're not.
I know. That's why I was clarifying it. All right. Hey, we did go to one other foreign country with a story that I wanted to talk to you about. and that was Arkansas. And, I like to pick on Arkansas because every country needs an Arkansas. Because it makes the rest of us feel so good. Even when we're bad, we're still better than Arkansas. So, anyway, this guy tried to break into the jail. Tell me what you think about that one.
Okay, I think I know what college he went to.
What's that?
He went to the College of the Diligent University of Moronically Bad Ideas and Silly Situations. Okay?
Yeah.
And you know what the letters spell dumbass in yellow on a black jacket. We know where that guy went to school.
Wear your jacket with pride, baby.
Can you believe this guy gets caught cutting his way cutting the chain link fence to get into the jail? I mean, he was an entrepreneur is what he was. He was going to get in there to sell drugs, but, my God, you think, they got all the security things set up to capture people leaving. There's a pretty good chance they're going to catch somebody coming in.
And remember, they caught him just before he was going in. So I think everybody was on a break and had to go out back to the stein and get themselves something before they go inside. And then they know they're down to one link. Oop, we better do something about this guy.
Oh, God. What a bloody idiot.
So did you enjoy the show last week?
I loved it.
It was a lot of fun.
I loved it.
Well,
you know what? I'm sorry you boys are feeling left out. We love you, too.
Who's that?
You really adore Mac's accent, too. Don't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, eh?
We know this. You're not hiding. We see you.
And how about Morgan's hair, huh?
Is it real?
It's real.
I don't like any guys that have better hair than me.
All I remember last year was ass, and I'm just like, what?
Ooh, she got lost with the word ass.
Got what? Oh, yeah. That's where they were horsing around and did their thing.
Yeah, they were laughing, and all I could see was his ass.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
I don't know. It made Mac laugh.
No, I had nightmares for 3 nights after that. We got to wrap this thing up, and we appreciate you taking your time to talk with us again this week. And make sure that you listen next week because who knows what fans will write in. And do you want me to get phone numbers on these guys or what? I can do it,
Do we look like we need phone numbers?
I'm not going there. Thank you, ladies.